On the blue side, it is Rizek's Mike Boy, the traditional R, and of course the M, but joining in is that next Ronde character already with a save to start things off.
With Lindo bringing it around the battle ball, an early pass out to Arju. WLF not giving any time for the RJM side to change their name to maybe RRM, as they've already got one goal in the first 15 seconds.
Quick those situations can apply, but with that said, Boyle, it isn't what certain players can do and how it develops.
Very interesting, and WLF coming into this, probably not the favourite. I feel like RJM are probably the favourite team, but the WLF could easily surprise them. They went 3-0 so far, so what's to say they won't go 4-0. The team, of course, going to be time for RJM, but WLF have started out looking like the stronger team, but it is only the first 30 seconds of the match, of course, and there's still plenty of time for RJM to show really what they can do. Well, a good save like that from Ronde, keeping them in this game at the starting half. It still remains a 1-0 WLF, but some very close chances.
Great performance, but RJM has to find a way of repenting and, of course, develop some plays of their own. It's just been basically a great block in the stoppage of the ball, but here in certain situations RJM has to deal with the pressure better, calmly collect and deal with the ball, but the follow through not as strong as we've seen in the last couple of weeks.
Clear away, well, on to Lindo, but a soft touch to Mike Boy, in possession to RJM and not pushing out. Rizek are stuck in his own half, a launch up field, on to Lindo once more. Potential shot. Ronde, but Arjo will keep the pressure on to the battle. The ball will go. The shot saved by Rizek. The pressure will remain though with Lindo rising to the ball. Will get beat out by Ronde and sent out to the side over to Rizek. Looking for that pass to the back wall. The Dem will take all with it. Right, Ronde. The shot is not on target. Needs to be better than that. And WLA, a very quick counter-attacking opportunity. Going to send that to the corner. Saved by Rizek. And I feel like I'm going to be saying this way too much of RJM. Just constant saves and not enough shots.
Mike Boy and Rizek's moving down already at 3 minutes. Amazing how sometimes the game goes quickly by and RJ quick little pop. Mike Boy just not able to do so well, and Rizek's crossfield. Ronde, decent ball, what a block! Oh, Rich Ronde, the greatest bubble player to ever live. 1 apiece.
1 apiece, and Rich Ronde after that failed first shot. A great bump and a great dunk to go with it. 1-1 with just under half the game gone. And RJM finally got into an attack and they got a goal from it, but can they keep up with this offense? Or will they be sent back to defending for their lives once again?
You thought a pass was going to occur, not this time around. Rich Ronde from the sidewall, this out of position, so a quick shuffle in the roster lineup, and that said, quick little counter play here. Lindo has to drop this there. Arju, of course, most player, don't know whether he's going to be sober in the final third when the RLCS returns, and so far the goalpost plays dividends there for the Italian team.
Ronde launching that to the back, but trying to follow up. The ball drops down, he cannot get a second touch. A clear up field, the ball will be saved by Mike Boy. Lindo ready for a shot to the backboard, up to CKS, hits it high for Arju, and WLF for putting on the pressure at the moment. CKS bringing it in on more. Lindo launching in, it's going to slip by, and it's 2-1 to WLF.
Much needed response there from them, a great little pass in field. Rizek's, oh, he should have done better really from the side wall, didn't get much touch. Mike Boy assuming something was going to occur a bit more, just too far away from the third man too, to sort of caught in a in-between no-man situation, and that will do for the Italians. They might throw for a third one or shut up shots. We haven't seen much yet since the fourth kickoff, and Lindo tame onto the ball. Looks like they're willing to go for another goal.
Go for another, secure that lead, and with a helpful mistouch towards their own net, WLF 3-1, and Mike Boy, be careful.
Bathroom round. That's what Mike Boy ended up there. You thought for a second a bit of safety, comfort. Nope. CKS is just going to whack you into the ball and just basically make you an extension of his car. Don't want to see a DLC when you have basically a double-decker bus on the field, but that's what it looked like at one point, and RSRL will have a chance here, and Rix Ronde decides to become the bulldozer and a chauffeur.
Back to being one goal in it, 3-2. And Rix Ronde's been liking his bumps today. Got it back within one, still 1 minute 8 seconds remaining, and WLF onto their lead. Can they keep it up?
Yeah, straight across there. RSRL. He still done bump there in that 1 goal margin. And Boyle has alluded to that, unfortunately. The amount of time here, Mike Boy has to get this ball away from the corner. RSRL will go for a passing play, 2 men open, and suddenly a chance here that Mike Boy can get a decent touch into the mid-lane. He has got one, but it's not good enough. Lindo has ball, brings it across in the 50, takes it away, all from RJM's control.
Ball goes high, it's Archer, looking for the follow-up, dropping it down past one. The shot saved by Rix Ronde, and it travels up the side wall, bringing it centre. The pass connected. Follow up from Mike Boy, RSRL over the place, RJM getting close to finding that equaliser. Ball can be cleared away, sent back to the RJM half with only 13 seconds left. There's not much time at all. Another clear away, out to the side. It's RJ taking a high. WLF looking to take this game at 1. Good start for the series for them. And this ball touches the ground.
The game 1 and rule 1 fearing WLF there in all that situation, but I'm not saying these are the top 2 undefeated at this point. Happily worked out with the scheduling in week 4 really. I'm not saying it's a setback in the matter. Wasn't too much in terms of mistakes by both sides. Yes, 5 goals, you can say there was an error 1 or 2, but opening game, yeah, give a little bit of leeway for Cease Titans on the field.
Game number 1 goes in favour of WLF, and in a battle of the Titans, they initially take the lead, but will that keep up? It was a very close game 1, so I would not be surprised to see this series go the distance.
Game 5, WLF and RJM, well, that's a thought and a half, and rightly so, but I know Joessi at one point had a little bit of doubt with Rix Ronde slipping into this roster. No, he's not here, but I was impressed with him. So far in this opening game against WLF, I wouldn't say he's been the best player for them, but he has had more of an impact overall. See if game 2 he can progress the same platform.
Game number 2, WLF of course looking to try and send this to match point, and RJM, a very, very close game 1, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a tied-up series. Rix Ronde, as you mentioned, probably the star player for that game 1 on the side of RJM. He had some great offensive plays, really tying up his team. I just want to see a little bit more of that. WLF, they've had a lot of offense, and if they can just keep that up and hold down RJM, things are looking pretty good for them.
How much better can it get? Rix Ronde mistake Mike Boy straight across. You can see the net at least appearing open, but look at Arju, speedy, quick, and fast as lightning. But the shot too is Lindo moving across and into the corner. CKS demo for his troubles. Few options here, and that passing play, or exquisite it might be, too far away and straight at the only spot where the keeper really was covered.
He takes that out to the side, along upfield from RSRL, will approach the net. CKS can find a save. Mike Boy's there, dropping it down, slips it under the crossbar. It is 1-0 to RJM. And that was some great shooting from Mike Boy, just slipping that under the crossbar. Give RJM that lead they were looking for.
Needed that one, the settle of confidence in this team here. You can know the ability when you haven't been getting the chance to lead. Does shake a few players around. Mike Boy's get the opening 1 challenge across there, and Rix already up. Quick little challenge into the play, slows it down. Anywhere in the middle would be ideal. No touch, no play, and no goal.
Down, Mike Boy can't find a second touch. RSRL off the back wall, coming centre. There's a bump, but right on the shot, coming a bit too late. Might well keep the pressure on though. They're really turning things around in that first game against WLF. RJM, they were the ones facing all the pressure, sitting in net the whole time, and WLF, they are facing that same treatment now. They have a chance for a counter-attack. It will slip by. The defence scrambled. It's now 1 apiece.
RJ. As we talk about Rick's run day on one side of the field being important, RJ, since he joined this Italian side, has stepped WLF into a slightly better status, a different dimension at times when they're all playing so well. We know how good they can be. Here they are on the offense and taking really much a very well-established opposition, dominate them on the offense.
On the offense, 2-1 to WLF. They started off with a deficit, but they quickly brought things back and instead took a lead themselves. 3 minutes left on the clock, and they're currently sitting for 1 goal lead, but we're looking to extend that to 2. How close these games have been, a 1 goal lead is certainly not safe.
Talk about safety. There's this demolition job by Rick's Romney, shot past the play by the other 2. They have been potent, unfortunately not around. There'll be a capitalist-like performance. Rick's can move it downfield, no touch. That's probably been the biggest miss he's done so far in the entire weeks we've seen throughout as Mike Boy. Infield as he forces the 50 by Rick's Romney, and suddenly another touch. RJM here, uncharacteristically missing balls and quite simple ones by their standards.
Upfield over to CKS as it approaches the backboard. The Hits can take control of the ball, dropping it down. Lenzo's there, waiting, trying to put some more pressure on, trying to find another for WLF. A launch up high, CKS approaching the net. It might be to find a save, but Arjo are ready to continue this once more. RJM are getting no time to breathe with WLF's constant pressure, and Lindo a shot on target, saved by Rick's Rondi. Send WLF back, but they're going to be coming straight in to do it once again.
Good time when they can get a 1 in here. RJ slipping the chance really. Crossbar not good enough really anymore. They have to find the third one to secure at this point. RJM real score their opposition, but a bump like that. Well, maybe Restaurant has taught a few things here.
And RJM, they are loving their bump today. They're doing a fine, well job with them. 2-2. Wow, that was an excellent bump. I've seen some great ones from RJM this whole series already. Already 1 minute 30 seconds left, 2-2. It can be changing very quickly though. CKS going for the flip reset, can't get it in time. Off the corner now. Just can find the save. CKS trying to find them open space, find a teammate to get a shot going. It might be able to clear away. We'll give the RJM team some time to get an attack, get some boost, put some pressure on. Got the ball in front of net, but cleared away by Arju. WLF looking for that counter-attacking opportunity now.
Here we are with another quick shot by Lindo. 60 seconds warning. You can already see the players slightly altering, maybe cheekily grab the game from each other. So far, Rick's Ronde's pelted that one high, not necessarily on target, and certainly have a chance once more. And it's again beaten away. The Italians love a bit of defence. They're willing to play it for a substantial amount of time. CKS had enough and leathers and long.
The ball fall back to CKS once more, coming centre. But it's Rondi, a shot slipping past the post. We'll give RJM a 3-2 lead, and not long left as well. Only 26 seconds in the clock. 3-2 to RJM.
Well, here we are. RJM back within a bit of control. 26 seconds to hold on to it. I'd say it's difficult. Shouldn't be. It has been a strange night, however. The Rick's Ronde's heavy pass here. If the Italians can get a quick turn on things, they would have a free chance. It's not going to be likely. 4-2. You might as well knock the one on the board. It's one apiece series.
Yeah, tied up serious, and as I said before, I would not be surprised to see it, and I certainly am. No, RJM have sped things up, got more on the offense, got everyone involved in the shooting. And look how well it's worked out for them. Game number 2 4-2, and likely going to end that way unless an extra goal slips by in these dying seconds. But either way, we have a tied up series. And well, very well done from RJM for coming back, but will they keep this new bit of pressure up?
Good question. But what is nice to say, there is a reduction on the goals being scored, so the defence is slightly sharpened. Not a lot though. But is that down to more of the quality of the shooting? We didn't really have any in game 2 that was memorable, outstanding. Game 1, you could probably maybe make an argument for 2 by 1 of each side. But it was a slog for a portion of that game, and RJM won the battle of it. It was 2 apiece. At one point, we probably could have said it was OT, but yet, boyo, here we are, 1 apiece, and effectively a best of 3 from here.
Yeah, frankly enough, yes, and it's a tied up series. I said it wouldn't be surprised to see it go the distance, and I'm still not going to be surprised by that one a bit. It's a tied series. I'm excited to see how this continues with RJM, WLF, looking so even.
Long may it continue an even series so far. Hopefully it will continue to be a battle and improvements made by both sides to make it even harder for each other, and CKS will find a bit of difficulty. No, he will not. Mike Boy, this is effectively a sitter of a ball, and Rich O'Ronte already going for the bump demo retreat back route. Amazing how aggressive he can be. Was the best player in triple trouble. Strange decision on that team, but here he is in RJM, and do you know what, I'd rather have him here, more appreciated and well liked as well.
We can't find his touch, the ball will go high. It's Rondi. Get a shot on target. Trying to find an opening to a player. Right, Rondi, the man who won't stop bumping, finds another and gets a goal credited for it.
Well, that's just cruel if you're going for the bump, but he just out of this world, stealing the ball, grabbing the ball. Is there anything this man can't do?
Rondi, well, we say about game 1 being looking at that star player. He's having an MVP performance this series, giving his absolute all to help RJM find this lead. And of course, Rizix and Mike Boy also performing very well, but Rich Rondi on another level, it seems, this series.
Well, RJM, the original 2 cohorts of the team, has enough of Rich Rondi's name, puts one in. It's Mike Boy scored at 2-0. And of course, the opening minute, probably the best response we've seen from them in a while. Do you know what? It leaves a few questions now. WLF have to score quickly to really silence and counteract this performance.
Do something quickly, yes. For sure, only 1 minute is off the clock, so we do have a good bit of time left. We'll try and find one, try and find the equaliser as well. RJM are holding them back, not giving them a chance to break out. As Rich Rondi sends that to the corner. No follow-up in time, gives RJ plenty of space. On the air dribble all by himself, gets a bump on, Rizix a little too late. But Lindo's dropping it down centre. He's Mike Boy by himself, going for a flit reset. Saved by CKA. The ball up high, cleared by RJ. Ping-pong motion at the moment. Back and forth, trying to find that opening, trying to find that chance. Rizix an opportunity to pass this in centre. Will try his best, but CKS can get the triple away. WLF, only 2 goals down for now, but they've got to try and bring something back soon.
CKS is moving across over the arch. Is this maybe an arc of redemption? This has been cut out here, and RJM is absolutely freestyling clears, transitioning to the offense. 3-0. Oh, what's the point? What's the point of trying to defend this? You just can't.
Oh, I'm loving watching RJM right now. It's just such a fun team to watch when they're playing like this. They are playing so well, and this isn't against maybe the bottom team in the league or a team struggling to do well. This is against the joint best team in the league with current standings, WLF. And they are walking over in this game 3. Quick reset, a bumps, demos, you name it. RJM are doing it. WLF, they have nothing to say about it. They just have to sit back, watch and suffer. Well, they're now 3 goals down. Time is running out for them to try and come back.
Potentially back, you talk about the certain standings and all that. You of course, have Super Gaming as well. The road itself, total shine, you're currently the top 3 on the opposing league to the knockout stage later on. How much of a battle RJM and WLF is going to give those teams respectively so, but RJM right now in Group B have been outstanding, has been wonderful, and well, it just shows you hard work, dedication and graft gets you what you get in this world, and so far they deserve everything.
Deserve it. Fine. Well, 4-0 for game number 3, and there's still 2 minutes left. How many more goals are they going to score this game? I think that's the real question we should be asking at this stage, Danny.
I say Brazil to be on the cards myself.
Well, the goal almost getting scored here. Wish was almost getting a little bit closer. The ball goes high, right, it's Ronde. Touch off his backboard. A dangerous position. Might be a bit of clear away. Back to Rizek once more. It's Ronde. Out to Rizek. Dribbling the ball away. He's going to take it high over one. WLF, they're going to start facing some pressure once more, and we've seen how well RJM acts when they get pressure. WLF, 1 minute 30 to score 4 goals. I do not think it's going to happen anything ever.
Well, ever, maybe, possibly. At this point here, both teams mentally probably moved already on to game number 4 as this conclusion of a 70 seconds roll on down. We can say comfortably here, RJM's catapult lead really in that opening minute settled near enough the differences between the two. The Italians here really need to score quickly and then dictate the game from it, what's seen in game 1. Throughout that point there, game 2, a little bit more even, but even still the Italians were on the top for most of it, so interesting how the development has occurred.
As you said, it seems as soon as they have a lead in the game, they feel a lot more comfortable, can control the pace and play their kind of style, but when they're playing from a deficit, they really are seeming to struggle, especially against RJM's hyper-aggressive play style at times. And WLF, I guess, they can't really rely on always having a lead. Either they have to get this lead in game 4, or they're going to have to figure something out to deal with the pressure coming in from RJM and fighting their way back.
Players near enough laid their controllers down on the field as the clock just gracefully ends itself of game 3. It will be dried into the history books at this point here. Let's see one player lead the Lightning there slightly before the end of the game. There's been a demo or small glitch. With that said, certainly not an issue at all. RJM stepped up really to a different level. Battered WLF around. Now, is that more of the experience coming out by RJM, though?
Maybe more of the experience. I think you could make a case for that, but they are playing really, really well either way. And WLF, they do have a lot of experience in their roster, maybe not to the same high standard that the RJM side has, but both teams have experience. RJM, I think they're just playing better.
It's interesting enough how both sides have gone about it. We'll, of course, wait and see while everybody reconnects to the server. Gives, of course, WLF a time to recover a little bit more thinking, clear their space, the mindset. They've just got beat quite heavily one side at 4-0. So if you're in that situation here, what do you say? Because they didn't show much real opposition really in that opening minute, and even at the end they weren't fighting hard, and well, who would at that point, knowing you have the next game to go? Why waste anything? So how do you counteract RJM in this sort of hyper aggressive attacking style?
I feel like what they done in game 1 was a really good counteraction to their style. They held them in defense, didn't give them a chance to break out, and if they can put that same offensive pressure they put on in game 1, RJM are of course going to struggle, but RJM seem to have found a way to break out, and WLF seem to have slowed down, not finding a new way to put them back under pressure. And now both of these teams are kind of swapped around, and RJM putting all the pressure on WLF, not getting these chances to break out. Now WLF can just find that way to start smashing shots against the net and getting every chance they can. I feel like they could take this game 4, but it's going to be a very, very difficult one.
Well, difficult, but with a potential penultimate being settled here, RJM and WLF was 3-0, 9-4, tied perfectly in symmetry, 4-0 for the winner, and well, it's 3-1 or 3-2, the 3-0 fully off the cards, but the guaranteed top 3 spot, basically. That's how much the series is. They could technically trickle further down, but they wouldn't really matter. The idea is to secure the seed and get a better position. So far, RJM, they've got at least one hand through. Can they get the entire body across the finishing line?
DK is taking it high, looking for the flip reset, and early chance for WLF, saved by Rex Ronde. But Lindo into the backboard. His reset looking pretty clear. RJ okay to send it out to the side wall. WLF are starting off with a good bit of pressure, but will they keep up and will they find a goal from it? They might be getting a clear away with the help of Rex Ronde. Seems that pressure slowly starting to die out.
Rex Ronde, infield pass already. TKS doesn't get to the end of it, Mike Boy. Riggs misses. Here's Rizek, the final third, the final 4, and that's an orgasmic finish.
Oh, Rizek! What a shot! A lovely flip reset. Oh, they had nothing they could say about that. RJM come to game 4 with an explosive start. A 1-0 lead in the first minute. And I don't think they can be stopped.
Well, that's scary news. Can't be stopped, won't stop. They just keep on rolling, and so far, Mike Boy has one attempt. And Rex Ronde decides to run away. Maybe the party called off or re-adjourned. 90 seconds gone. Rex Ronde, mistake. Don't get to say it that often, but here he is back on the attack.
Shut down for just a moment. The ball lands back to Rizek. It's WLF. They are hunting hard for this equaliser, but they've not been able to find it as of yet. 1 minute 30 seconds off the clock. Still, RJM holding on to the lead, looking to extend it, and it could be a chance for Mike Boy to blast that towards net. Easily saved by Lindo. The pressure will remain for RJM. Runner dropped down. TKS finding the save at Ronde takes it high out to the sidewall, can't find a second touch. Dropped down to CKS. RJ can't make it in time. RJM, a great rotation, not with someone waiting in defense, ready for the save. This offense has been something to look at and enjoy to watch.
Both teams are playing exquisitely well. You just sit back and enjoy it. And just crediting WLF, but they have been outmatched for the majority of the matches, and RJM has been free flowing. It's been wonderful. I wouldn't say free play like quality. Just showing all the capabilities, ticks all the boxes, past the eye test, as some casters would say. Half the game remaining, and they would have a undefeated record still with a 1-0 win here at game 4.
Job to keep that undefeated record. Not a single other team in the Superstar League has a one at the moment. The winner one is WLF. One of them, RJM or WLF, will be losing that undefeated record. So, looking like RJM are going to be the one keeping it at the moment. They've got this 1-0 lead, getting close to extending to 2. The match point in their favour. It could be our first and only 4-0 team.
Only 12 teams in total, and yet only one can achieve that feat. That shows you how well you have to be playing consistently through league play, showing a bit of grit, determination, showing the opposition, and they're doing it against probably the best of the best too at the later stage when they should be well formed and understanding each other in decent chemistry. There's Rex Ronde, doesn't get the pass back. Nonetheless, they have the 1-0 advantage. 70 seconds remaining. Can the Italians do something, or are they just going to squirm for a bit more?
1 minute left. They've got to do something now. TKS trying to do that something and overcommit. He takes things too slow, and Rex Ronde can find the save. But the ball comes centre once again. It's Lindo up to the backboard. No follow up, and Mike Boy. Easy clear. WLF shots, they need to be better. The passes aren't working out at the moment. These backboard shots getting easily cleared away. They also attempt the infield passes instead. Now sending it back to their own net. Gonna be another for Might Boy. That's got to be it right there.
Much as you try to please the eye, sometimes disappointment rolls in. The Italians, well known for their defence. You can look at all their stats, they're usually quite high on it. So far, it really has let it down. They did not provide the offence either. Last this chance here, 30 seconds to keep their unbeaten record. It looks gone, it looks buried. Goal number 3 goes in, you can really say goodbye.
Ready, taking it out of the corner. Nice challenge, keep it away. RJM with 10 seconds left. 2-goal lead. They're going to take this serious. They are going to be our first and only 4-0 team, and they'll have the first loss of the season to WLF. And I think they've pretty much secured their spot in first. I don't know for definite results go different ways, but it looks like they pretty much secured a spot in first.
Well, it'll be hard to argue. It would take maybe witchcraft and wizardry to nudge RJM off. But with that said, though, of course, if you want to check maybe a little bit more, the wonderful lads over at Liquipedia are tabulating it with their calculators and abacus. Make sure that it is 100% secure. But, boy, do you know who sponsors this tournament?
I think I might do. If my memory serves me right, it is, of course, Nice Cactus. If it was not for them, we would not have these tournaments in Superstar League. Of course, every Tuesday and Thursday, the Nice Cactus Cup on Wednesdays and on Sundays. They are open for everyone to play in. So you don't want to miss them. You also don't want to miss the Superstar League. We're coming up to week 5 just next week. That's the last week of league play. And well, you're going to be some exciting matches. And of course, with the Nice Cactus Cup, there's always a chance for anyone to get involved, give it their all, and especially in 2 weeks' time, Wednesday, June the 10th, there'll be the Nice Cactus Anniversary Tournament, celebrating 1 year of Nice Cactus Tournament for Rocket League. It'll be June the 10th, and it'll have a €600 prize pool, bigger than before. That is one you certainly do not want to miss.
Well, Nice Cactus, always a pleasure. But don't forget as well, you can see Boyoroyo and my @2 down below. Don't forget, Ben, our fabulous broadcasters, does a lot of work. We, of course, the Rocket, it's at the Rocket 2. You got to follow them as well and get all that information. Of course, Rocket Baguette, our criminal partners who's put all the wonderful, fabulous tournaments together. But we're unfortunately out of time, and we're just gonna have to say goodbye. But Boyle, before we do, any last words?
Well, I just want to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next week. Some very, very exciting week 5 matches. But of course, be sure to catch us on Sunday for the Nice Cactus Cup, and we will see you then. Goodbye.